Hello everyone! The Burning Legion is invaded Azeroth once again, and Death Knights are able to pick up 3 different artifacts to empower them in this war. For Blood DKs, it's the Maw of the Damned, currently in the possession of Gorelix the Flesh Ripper. The Lich King informs us that this is the weapon to go for, and they already sent out a team to try and collect it, but they've gone missing. If you want something done right, you'll have to do it yourself, so we fly out to meet with Baron Sliver, who's gone on ahead to assist us. He too thought that he could do it on his own, as we find him on the planet of Nishkara, dealing with a jailer.
I suppose I owe you one. I almost had my final death there. The Lich King said my partner would be one of the mightiest knights ever known. I assume he was speaking of you. I'll rely upon your skills to get us through this in one piece. Let's get going. Felguard roam the path ahead. I've kept my distance from them, but with you leading the way, we can fight through. I'll bring down the barrier. Watch my back.
We partied with Sliver before, during Wrath of the Lich King, where he helped us with securing the Shadow Vault in Icecrown. Now it seems like he has his own direct connection to the Lich King, which makes you wonder if all of the Ebonblade are receiving direct orders. Ah well, worries for another day. As we once again work together, Gorelix starts to notice us.
Down it goes.
What is this? More foolish mortals infesting my realm? You've come a long way just to die.
Knights, escape while you can! This demon is too strong to...
Silence! I shall drain your blood next!
Margrave led the previous team that tried to kill Gorelix. I'm surprised he's alive. I didn't think the Legion kept prisoners. Did you hear that? I think something's in that building up ahead. Let's investigate. Well, if it isn't Margrave's protege, Minerva. Finding you strung up like this is a surprise. I would have expected a more gory end.
Spare me your paltry words, Sliver. I've not taken my final breath yet. These cursed demons are gonna learn a new meaning of suffering when I get free. A beast called Zalinor carries the keystone that unlocks these bindings. Set me free and I'll help you rip the bastards apart.
I suppose you'll be more useful to us alive. Very well. Let's be swift about this.
New subjects. What delicious secrets will you hold? So many secrets remain.
Finally, the keystone is ours. Let's head back.
That's much better. We don't have much time. Margrave has taken to the Citadel. The only thing I've seen come out of that place are demons and corpses. We'll need to break in there to get him out.
We're here to slay a demon, not rescue every failure who couldn't get the job done.
What? Don't you have any sense of duty to aid your fellow knights?
I don't care. Slaying the demon is our first priority. Come, we've wasted enough time with this blathering.
You're a cold one, Sliver. Fine, I'll help. But if we have any chance of getting Margrave out alive, we should take it.
As we make our way to Gorelix while killing a few demons and lowering the barrier, let's talk about the history of Maw of the Damned, because it's quite a romantic tale in a very twisted sort of way. Despite its long history of bloodshed, the Maw of the Damned was not created for genocide. It was forged to take a single life, that of the great demon lord Kil'jaeden. Kil'jaeden was one of the Eredar's most beloved leaders. With a mere word, he could sway the hearts and minds of his people. When he joined the demonic Burning Legion, many Eredar blindly followed his path. One of the first to do so was a a gifted smith named Netrius. He adored Kil'jaeden, and he spent his life seeking the Eredar leader's approval. Netrius saw pledging himself to the Legion as the ultimate expression of his loyalty. As a reward, Netrius was remade in the Legion's all-consuming Felfire. Volatile magic blazed through his soul, warping his mind and body forever. Netrius, now known by the name Netrezar, was never the same again. Even his feelings towards Kil'jaeden changed. What was once admiration had twisted into a dangerous obsession. It wasn't enough to simply win Kil'jaeden's approval, he needed more. An idea took shape in Netrezar's mind. To satisfy his obsession, he would create a weapon to consume Kil'jaeden's life force. That weapon would one day become known as Maw of the Damned. Netrezar became a smith of much renown in the Burning Legion. His war machines terrorized worlds, his blade brought ruin to entire civilizations. Yet in truth, most of these weapons were merely experiments in his quest for the perfect tool with which to consume Kil'jaeden. Success hinged on finding a material that could draw out and contain the Demon Lord's life force. Netrezar spent years searching for exotic ores, most of which proved useless, but on Nialam, the Doom World, he made a promising discovery. Long ago, a war between the Legion's ruler Sargeras and his fellow Titans had shaken the fabric of creation around Nialam. Their apocalyptic battle had darkened the world and infused its metal ores with otherworldly properties. When Netrezar mined these metals, he found them nearly indestructible. In just the right light, the materials reflected brief images of the battle fought between Sargeras and the Titans. Most important of all, these metals also leached away the essence of any living thing that touched them. For the first time in years, Netrezar felt joy. He had finally found what he needed. He shaped the Maw of the Damned on one of the great demon forges of Argus. When crafting other weapons, he often infused them with cruelty and malice. Such was not the case with the Maw. Netrezar poured all of his admiration and twisted obsession into the blade. He labored day and night, pushing himself to the brink of collapse. Perfection was his goal. He would accept nothing less for the weapon that would kiss Kil'jaeden's flesh. The axe would leech away every ounce of the Demon Lord's life force and channel it directly into Netrezar. Nothing would go to waste. He also enchanted the weapon's heft so that when he wielded the axe, its metal would not drain his essence. When the work was done, Netrezar had produced one of the greatest weapons in the Legion's arsenal. Nothing like it had ever been seen before, and nothing like it would ever be seen again. And apparently Frostmourne doesn't count. The Maw of the Damned's first victim was not Kil'jaeden. It was one of Netrezar's servants. He commanded dozens of Moark, highly resourceful demons who specialized in engineering and blacksmithing. All of them looked up to the Eredar smith with awe, but he cared little for his followers. Like hammers and tongs, they were simply tools at his disposal. To test the Maw, he subjected a pair of Moark to gruesome experiments. He slowly cut their flesh with the axe, studying how quickly it drained their life force. The Maw worked just as planned. The demons' vital essence passed through the blade and flooded into Netrezar. Of the two Moark experimented on by Netrezar, one of them survived. His name was Gorelix, and he was the Eredar Smith's most devoted follower. At least he had been. The experiments had left Gorelix shriveled and disfigured. His admiration for Netrezar, it darkened into a hatred hotter than any demon forge. Gorelix did not have the physical strength to rise against Netrezar. Even if he could, rebelling would mean a fate worse than death, since Netrezar was one of the Eredar, one of Kil'jaeden's chosen. The broken Moark vowed to find another way to exact vengeance on his master. He watched Netrezar's every movement, seeking a weakness. Over time, Gorelix discovered something odd. Netrezar's axe was powerful, and yet he would not use it in battle. He kept it hidden from other demons, save his Moark servants. Then what was its purpose, if not to strike down the Legion's enemies? It dawned on Gorelix that Netrezar had no intention on ever using the axe for the Legion, since he had crafted it for another purpose. The master was pleased with the Maw, and he decided that time had come to use it on Kil'jaeden. He would present the axe as a gift to his master, and then strike at the unsuspecting Demon Lord. Perhaps it would have worked, if not for Gorelix. When the Moark learned of the meeting with Kil'jaeden, the last puzzle piece slid into place. He finally realized the true purpose of the axe. He warned Kil'jaeden of the impending betrayal, and the Demon Lord plotted his own in return. Kil'jaeden did meet with Netrezar just as they planned, but before the smith could present his so-called gift, the Demon Lord struck. He used his magics to lock Netrezar's spirit in place, while Gorelix took up the Maw. As Netrezar's screams of torment echoed over Argus, Gorelix slowly cut away his master's flesh. He did not stop until only bone remained. Netrezar's fate was worse than death. Kil'jaeden made sure of that. He locked his howling spirit within the smith's own skull. Then he ordered Gorelix to fuse the bone onto the Maw of the Damned. In this way, Netrezar would be one with his beloved axe forever. The weapon's metal would constantly drain his spirit, leaving him wrecked with hunger. No amount of life force would ever satisfy him. To the contrary, the more Netrezar consumed, the worse his pangs of hunger would grow. Kil'jaeden gifted the axe to Gorelix as the reward for his loyalty. He gave the Moarg only one specific order: keep Netrezar's spirit fed to continue his torture. Gorelix experimented with the axe, used it to draw the life essence from the Legion's prisoners. The energies drained by the Maw of the Damned were often too much for Netrezar's spirit to consume. What was left over flowed into Gorelix himself, and strength gradually returned to his broken form. As word of the axe and its origin spread, demons referred to its prisoner as Netrezar the Damned. It was from this moniker that Gorelix renamed the weapon and called it the Maw of the Damned. Now on a small world under siege by the Legion, Gorelix learned of the Maw's true power and potential. He and a team of Moarg had been tasked with building a citadel to serve as a base of operations. In one battle, this stronghold came under attack from the world's brave defenders. A massive breach opened in the wall. If the Moarg could not repair it soon, the entire citadel would fall to the Legion's enemies. It was Gorelix who volunteered to defend the breach, while the other Moarg worked. Hundreds of enemies stormed the opening in the wall, howling battle cries in their alien tongue. Gorelix stood fast, rending any who came within the Maw's deadly reach. He never flagged. On the contrary, every kill infused his body with greater strength and vitality. When the last attacker had fallen, the other Moarg found that they no longer needed to repair the breach. Gorelix had filled it with corpses. The more Gorelix used the Maw, the more it changed him. He grew into a hulking mass of muscle, dwarfing every other Moarg in size. His monstrous appearance earned him a new name, namely the Flesh Ripper. Now, despite the power that the Maw gave him, there were times when Gorelix did not use it. Sometimes he would simply watch from a distance while the Legion besieged new worlds. All the while, Gorelix would taunt Netrezar's spirit, describing the battle and all the lives lost in great detail. When the Maw began to physically tremble in Gorelix's hands, he knew that Netrezar's spirit was suffering. The Moarg found as much satisfaction from these acts of torture as he did from imbibing the life force of his victims. It was on the world of Centralis where the Maw of the Damned secured its place as a weapon of legend. Centralis was home to a mighty warrior people. They resisted the Legion's attempts at conquest for much longer than other races. Yet like all who stood against the demons, they were doomed to fall eventually. Rather than simply destroy Centralis' inhabitants, Kil'jaeden decided that they would make fitting victims for the Maw of the Damned. Their potent life essence would engorge Netrezar's spirit and push him to new realms of torment. At Kil'jaeden's command, Gorelix traveled to Centralis. He marched at the head of a vast Legion army, Maw in hand. The blade bit through the armor, flesh and souls of all who fell under his gaze. No corner of Centralis was safe from Gorelix's reach. No creature, not even the smallest wild beast, was shown mercy. When his long march had ended, only a dead world remained at his back, while after the massacre, Gorelix continued learning how to maximize the Maw's destructive power. So effective was he at wielding the axe that he became one of the Legion's most invaluable tools. Rather than waste Gorelix's talent in minor battles, Kil'jaeden saved the Moarg for special tasks. This allowed Kil'jaeden to keep close watch over the Maw and its whereabouts. Though he trusted Gorelix, he could not bear the thought of the axe falling into enemy hands. While in Gorelix's care, the Maw claimed countless victims. No matter how much Netrezar's spirit feasted, his wild screams continued echoing through the axe. Even demons began to fear the Maw and its cursed prisoner. They had seen the weapon consume entire races, an entire world, and yet it still wanted more. Whether Netrezar's hunger will ever die is unknown, but perhaps we'll find out soon, since the weapon capable of consuming world populations will now be in the hands of our Death Knights.
What are you doing? Run, you fools! The demon is near!
I'll guzzle your blood! Netrezar, take you!
Good. Now let's get out of here. The Lich King will be eager to hear of our success.
Poor Margrave. The final death claimed you at last.
Gorelix has been brought low and the artifact containing Nethrezar's spirit has been claimed. Gorelix hopes that Nethrezar will take us, but I'm sure that the Death Knights have it under control as they wield it in the war against the Legion and adventure through the Broken Isles. However, those are the story for another day. So for now, thank you very much for watching everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!